I wanted to share with you today some tips of why I always recommend a home to be pre-inspected if it's older than say 5 or 10 years old. The reason being is I have some notes here that I'm going to share with you of what I make up and I give to every seller that I sit down with at a listing appointment. I have 6 reasons listed here. One is to prevent surprises, okay? One of the largest fears home sellers have is how inspections are going to go. And whenever they have the pre-inspection, they're going to be able to know if there's anything major like a roof, crawl space, basement issues, so on and so forth, about if there's any major components of the home that are going to need attention that a buyer is most likely to ask for. And knowing that ahead of time really helps relieve some stress to the sellers, and they can go ahead and get it fixed in a timely manner and be proactive and transparent about it to potential buyers viewing the home when we list it. Pricing it accurately is the second one. The reason being, would you rather as a seller find out into the transaction process 2 weeks in that your home has to have a complete roof replacement? Or would you rather know that ahead of time and we could add what marketable value that we could to the home to help minimize any potential loss that roof replacement could possibly cost you whenever there's emotional stress on a buyer's end in the middle of this transaction? So keep that in mind as well. You can also save money by doing it on your own dime and own terms, especially if you're a seller that's very handy and can fix things very well. You can do it yourself, which really saves a lot of labor costs versus paying a general contractor or handyman. Or if you need a recommendation, we always have good recommendations for you to refer you to good quality handymen and contractors to help make the cost impact as little as possible on you, and you're doing it still on your time versus in the pressure of a transaction. It also helps, number 4, it also helps complete negotiations faster. We're not going 2 weeks into a transaction trying to negotiate inspections versus ideally being able to just go ahead and negotiate those inspections out in the very beginning and get it done and over with. I'm the type of guy that's just get it done, let's get it over with, as little stress on my clients as possible. Now, just because you do a pre-inspection doesn't mean a buyer still can't reserve their right to do their own inspections. But still, any inspector out there should be able to uncover any major defect of the home, like a roof, a crawl space, a basement, HVAC issue, that something, one of them's not working or broken, and really relieving that stress on you. And now that doesn't mean another inspector that a buyer might hire won't go in and find some other nickel and dime items that maybe the first one didn't. But as far as the major items go that I just mentioned, any inspector should be able to find those and ease your mind as a seller to minimize that. Number 5 is minimize stress. Number 6, it also, I believe, improves buyer confidence. Whenever a seller is transparent and already having done pre-inspections on their home, and we can market it as such and disclose all that to a buyer and what the seller has already fixed or in the process of fixing, it just really, I feel like, adds a lot of trust and transparency to the transaction that will help the buyer feel at ease and comfortable about the offer that they're making in the purchase and go through with the purchase of the home as stress without the least amount of issues as possible. Let me put it that way. So if you have any questions on this, make some comments. I mean, I'd love to hear your feedback on it too, but as an agent here in Southwest Indiana, I've had a lot of success with my sellers and helping them out and doing these pre-inspections and just being ahead of the game and being proactive. So if you have any questions, reach out to me, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.